What's up, everybody? I figured I would hop on live. I probably have to angle it like that because I got some orders to pack from last night. So I'm just gonna pack up the orders on live, hang out with you guys, answer some questions, a little late night shipping live. Different than what I usually do because usually I'm packing up eBay orders, but right now we're gonna be packing up whatnot orders. Let me slide this over real quick. What's up, Juliet? Let me get the chat right here so I can read the chat and then just continue to ship orders. I was literally just on TikTok live. I was gonna do a TikTok exclusive live and just hang out with the TikTok peeps, but no joke. I went live on TikTok and literally 1 minute after starting the live, I didn't say anything. I got a violation for leading people off platform. I was like, I'm not doing this tonight. I can't. So let's go hang out with TikTok or Facebook and YouTube. I can't do TikTok tonight. That's just couldn't do it. So we're over here now. We're shipping over here. What's up, everybody? Welcome in. I might be a little delayed answering questions, so just bear with me because I'm gonna be packing. All of these I have to basically ship out the shoes. I wish I could flip the camera, but over to your right behind the camera, it's completely stacked full of shoes. And if I don't get a bunch of these shipped out, then Kayla can't come out here and help me tomorrow because she usually folds the clothes on the table that's right behind. So I figured I'd come out here, ship out at least like 50 of these tonight. So that way we can get like half of those gone so we can pack the rest tomorrow. So what's up from Australia? Still up in West Virginia. Let's go. What's up, Lily? Lily's in the house. What's up, everybody? We're just shipping out what sold yesterday on the Whatnot. Appreciate everybody who came out to the Whatnot show. That was probably, well, it's obviously the best Whatnot show we've ever put on. It was probably the most fun for me to run. We had the craziest stuff on that show. Yeah. If you would have told me a year ago that I was going to be doing 25,000 in sales in 3.5 hours, I would have told you there's no way. But that was a crazy show. Where do you buy clear bags? Put clothes in. What size are they? They are in my link tree. I'll link my link tree down below. Let me go here. Let me go to my Instagram. My Instagram is probably the easiest way to find my link tree because it's right in my bio. But here, I'll give it to you. Let me share it. Actually, here, I'll share my Amazon storefront. Actually, that's probably better. Copy link. Go here. And the bags that are linked in that link that I just put down in the chat, buy the next size up. I think I have the 9x12s linked. Buy the 10x13s. Those are the ones that I use now. Or the 10x13s work for jeans, jackets, pants, everything. They even work for some shoes. So click on that. That has all of our products too that we use. So if you need anything that we use. What's up, Lyndon? What's up, Carolyn? What's up, everybody? I see all you guys in the chat. Appreciate you guys hopping in. Shipping orders from yesterday. I actually ordered more of these boxes literally a week ago, and they were supposed to get here like 3 days ago, and they didn't get here, and they got delayed, and then they got lost in shipment, which is like perfect. I'm like, great, we have a Whatnot show, and I need boxes to ship these in. So I'm hoping I have enough to fulfill the orders. I do have a whole pack left, but if not, the other packs come in tomorrow. I had to buy them from Uline, and Uline was freaking expensive. It was like $106 for 50 boxes. It's like $2 a box with shipping. I was like, geez, it's crazy. I tried to catch an entire show, but missed the last bit. It was a good show. Appreciate you. Yeah, the show was long, so if you had to leave, I 100% get it. But we did give away another $100 gift card at the very end of the show. So if you missed that, you missed another 100. You missed another 100. What's up, Sandy? What's up, Midwest? Been hearing more individuals just putting clothing items straight into poly mailers for shipping versus clear bags repacked. 100%. If you want to do it that way, that works. There's a lot of people I follow that also do the same thing. The one reason we don't do that is because the clear bags, you can actually see the item. So when you're pulling the orders, you can check and make sure you're shipping the right item. Second, if you get 2 items that bundle together, we do get quite a few bundle orders. You're going to have to take 2 bags and put them into another bag anyway. So it doesn't happen too often. If you want to just put them in a regular bag, that's perfectly fine. Write the name of the item on the outside. I know some people do that. But we like to do the clear bag method. West Coast in the house. Just left Goodwill, $2 day. Let's go. There was a lot of sales, I think, today. I missed all of them. I just slept. To be honest, I slept until like 11:30 this morning. I was so tired. I didn't go to bed until like 3 yesterday. I was just so like wound up that I couldn't close my eyes. When someone buys a sponsored giveaway, do you have to ship them an item? Yes. So what we do is we ship them a thank you card. I put the item in at 1 ounce so they get the cheapest shipping rate. And I set it to the mailer option, the letter option. So I just ship them a letter. I say thank you for the sponsored giveaway. Unless they buy something else, and I don't worry about doing it because we already give them a shout out. But yes, you have to ship them. Also, if somebody wins a gift card, you got to ship them a gift card. What's up, Yin? Is there a way to practice on whatnot before? Yeah, you can do a practice show beforehand. You just set it up to be a practice show, and you can run a practice show yourself. You can't do like practice shipping though, because obviously you won't have any orders. Just started to do it the way y'all do it. New to it all. Let's go. Yeah, you can do it either way. Whatever way works for you. We like it this way. If the other way and you just want to be able to take the item, you write the ounces and everything on the outside or the weight, and you can just ship it right afterwards. That's completely fine too. Yeah, I know. I had to order it because it was the fastest shipping though. I was like, damn, I don't want to spend this much, but I need it by Tuesday, and they're going to arrive UPS. But usually my UPS driver comes like midday, so I'm hoping and praying he just happens to come like very early so I can ship out all of these shoes. What's up? From great show last night. Amazing turnout till the end. Congratulations on achieving your goal. Appreciate you. I appreciate you, Debbie. You're amazing too, hanging out the whole time. Yeah, that was a fun show. I didn't expect to go that long. I really didn't expect it. We had to do the sudden death on the shoes. I really didn't want to because the shoes didn't sell for what they were going to if we did regular auction, but we had to move them mid-show. But it worked out good. People got some good steals and deals. That's what Whatnot's all about. 120. Hold on, I gotta grab the next item. I stacked these up after. These were all, there it is right there. These were all in order. Kayla put all these in order, and then I messed them all up afterwards. So, because I went to go restack them. I might be a little slow on answering questions because I'm packing at the same time. My goal is to hang out with you guys and pack around 50 pairs of shoes, because that'll leave us with like 70 pairs of shoes left. So, and each shoe I got to pack up individually. And I got to cut down all the boxes on each one of these too, because the boxes are a little too tall. So, like, that's how much space is in there. So I throw a little packing paper in there, and then I cut it down, and we're good to go. I had 4 Mercari sales today? No way. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. Play the lottery. I thought I was going to play the lottery the other day. You got to play the lottery. I made that post, and there's a bunch of people like, I love Mercari. I sell so much on there. I'm like, I don't know how. Mercari is just, for me, it's a dead platform. I actually got those 2 sales, and I didn't realize it because I didn't get a notification. I think my phone is just used to me never getting a Mercari sale, so it didn't give me a notification that I even sold anything. Do you use Spadeberry for listings? No, I use Nifty AI. Use Nifty AI, trust me. It's a lot cheaper. You're paying 50 cents a listing for Spadeberry. That's freaking astronomically overpriced. Use Nifty. Nifty's AI just got a complete revamp. You're able to cross-post automatically. Literally, as soon as you press the button, it cross-posts. You can go to eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, Depop, Etsy automatically, something Spadeberry can't do. You can share your listings. It has analytics tool. It tracks all of your sales, shares your Poshmark closet. It does all that. Spadeberry is way too expensive. It was promoted by another person in the space, and he's obviously knows what he's doing. But the pricing is just outrageous. 50 cents per listing. You could probably pay somebody in the Philippines about the same price for a human to do your listings. So just try Nifty. That's what we use. And trust me, you're going to try it and you're going to be like, holy crap, why was I paying 50 cents a listing? Nifty, you can cross-list unlimitedly. And I forget how many credits. I think you get 1,500 credits with the max plan, which is $89.99 a month. And you get all those other tools with it too. Try it. Link in my bio. Get you 7-day free trial and 15% off your first month. All right, that one's shipped. I'm only 410, so I was able. Shortest person in your live last night. You're the shortest person in my live last night. Let's go. I like it. 410. You were pretty short. 410 is pretty dang short. Just finished taking photos. Let's go. Thank God for Nifty AI. There we go. Closer literally just closed it for me and used Nifty AI. Thank God for Nifty AI. I didn't get a chance to do any listings today. I was so tired that I just chilled all day long today. I watched most of the show. You need a fan blowing on you, brother. You look sweaty. No, so it's not cold here, or it's not warm here yet, but we plan to put an AC unit out here. Yesterday, it was, when you're moving around like that, no matter if I had an AC unit or not, I would be sweating. I would be sweating. Sold a 40-piece video game lot today. Judy Blue Jeans, PSP, a lot of random toys. Let's go. I like it. So what do you usually list brand new with tag items as? New with tags? What do you mean? Do you like what price do I list them as, or what do I list them as? Like, I obviously put new with tags if they're new with tags. If I get them from a thrift store and they're brand new, I list them brand new, as long as there's no stains or flaws. Looks like this you have 3 subscription options. Which one do you have? I have the max, so it depends on how many listings you have. That's going to depend on which one you want. Also, what do you want? Do you just want a cross list? Do you want the automation tools, or do you want both? And then if you have over 1,500 listings, you have to get the max plan. If you have under 1,500 listings, then you go with the bottom plan, price-wise. How's your back today? Back's fine. Just last night, just moving around, just got to me. Just figured out how I can do Nifty bulk listing. So nice. Yes, Nifty bulk listing is a game changer. It's been there for a while. People don't know what it is, know where it is. I need to make a full redo of Nifty, but I'm waiting for her. I really want her to put out Whatnot. And then once she puts out Whatnot, I'm going to remake that entire video with all the steps, because there's a lot of other stuff that's happened. So 13 is shorter than me. We're my opposites? What do you mean by that? I'll give it a go for sure. Yeah, give it a try. Give it a try. It's free trial if you use the link in my bio, and then you get 15% off your first month if you like it. Do you send offers out on eBay? I use Nifty to send out offers for me. Nifty sends offers on eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, Depop for me all day long. I never have to touch it. I don't have to have a computer running. It just goes. 100% wool Pendleton, brand new with tags, shows 95. What would you list it at or less? You would look up sold comps. You'd look up that exact same Pendleton blanket. Should be easy because there should be a name on that Pendleton blanket. Look it up on eBay, filter for new with tag, filter for sold, see what they're selling for. What's up, TD? Never go off the retail price. Retail price doesn't matter at all. It matters on what people are paying for those items. Put a cushion pad in the garage. When you stand, where I stand? I thought about getting one of those, but I feel like they're just kind of maybe I will. I don't know. I don't stand too much in here, to be honest. I just stand during the show. Is one listing, one item across all, or do they count one? No. So when you cross list using Nifty AI, when you use the AI tool, it's going to create the listing for you, and it's going to create it for all 4 platforms. That's only one credit that you're using to do all of that. And then when you cross list it, there is no credits. You can cross list unlimitedly now with Nifty. The only thing you need credits for is your AI tools, which you get so many. And then if you do max out, it's only 1 penny more per credit that you need. So let's say you first come over, you need a cross list, you need to do a bunch of AI, and you run out of credits on your first month for some reason. Then every other one is 1 penny instead of 50 cents for the other one, which is just a wild price. There's a lot of people leaving that one already. So once tech started or stopped promoting it, they've already started losing people, and they're losing them because there's other products that are better than that one, in my opinion. All right, next one. Got a pair of boots here. Let me make sure it's right. 119. 119. All right. Oh, I see what you're saying. The Adidas bounce slides. Do you guys have you seen those? Have you seen the new Nike ones? I thought about getting those. They're like recovery slides. But they got like these like balls on the bottom. They're like all over the entire bottom. I'm thinking about getting those, especially for like around the house and after like big Whatnot shows like that. I feel like it's needed. All right, that one's good. I just need to throw the label on it. Pushback helps a lot when going. I mentioned that last night. Gotcha, okay. Maybe I'll look into one of those. Specifically for the Whatnot. It's got to be a big one, though, because it's got to take up the whole floor space behind me when I'm doing the show. So if you guys are just hopping in, I'm just kind of hanging out tonight, answering questions, and shipping last night's big whatnot show. It doesn't tell me how many people are in here anymore. That's weird. Why doesn't it say that? Well, that's a mystery. I don't have the analytics for how many people are in here, but that's okay. I see the chat going. You guys got lucky because I was going to be on TikTok tonight, but TikTok is a wild, wild place right now. Literally got a violation and not even a minute into the live. I didn't even say anything yet. I just started saying hi to everybody, and they gave me a violation for leading people off platform. I was like, so crazy, that place is. How do you sell on Depop? I get offers accepted and they never end up buying. Same thing here. I haven't sold anything on Depop in like 2 weeks. I sold more on Mercari in the last month than I have on Depop, which is wild because Depop's like promoting their platform super heavy. They've asked me to promote a new tool. I was thinking about promoting it, but to be honest, I just don't know. I've had a conversation with them about their offer system. They said that they're not changing it. It's a very, very unstable platform in my opinion. I feel like Depop is doing exactly what Jamble did. Jamble was promoting really heavy with influencers. They were giving out a lot of codes. They were giving out a lot of money to try to promote their platform, and then their platform tanked and now it's gone. I think Depop is starting to have the same issues. I would really love to know what the average sales price on Depop is. I feel like the average sales price is like $10. Because unless you sell stuff for $10, you're just not getting sales. It's a very, very weird platform. But, I mean, it has potential. Just, I don't think it's going to go anywhere because they're not taking care of it. They don't really know how to, I don't think. I ordered tape yesterday too, so. 41 on YouTube, let's go. Okay, so 21 and 41, so we got 62 people, cool. I usually have an analytics on here where I can read it, but for some reason it's not showing. It's not showing. Alright, good. I ordered some more tape, so first thing in the morning I should have some. Crazy show yesterday, appreciate you, Good Guy. If you guys aren't following Good Guy Flips on whatnot, make sure you follow him too. Good Guy does some good shows. He's good all around. But about the Depop thing, the reason you're not getting offers accepted is because they give the sellers basically no fees except for the processing fee, and they give all the fees to the buyer. So when you go to buy a $40 item, you're getting charged $65. So as soon as the buyer gets a checkout, they already sent the offer, it got accepted, they go to check it out, and then they get hit with like a $65 charge for a $40 item, and they're like, what the heck? And then they just don't pay for it. That's why you're not getting offers accepted. So that's why I say cross-list to multiple platforms. Started pick up ties because of you. Sold the first in 2 days. Let's go. Ties are going to start selling like hotcakes. Get your ties listed because we're heading into some holidays. Easter, you know, all those holidays that are right around Easter. Lots of dances and stuff like that happening in the next couple months. Get your ties listed. They're going to start selling. Usually like from November all the way till April, you'll see a nice little significant increase in tie sales. So if you have any listed, get them. I sold a tie this weekend too. I really did want to do Whatnot show. I've been stocking up on lots of inventory after watching your shows. So now I really have to do one. Any advice for a first show? Don't expect crazy numbers on your first show. If you're watching our shows and you expect the same results, you are going to do one show and you're going to quit. What you need to do is you need to go into it expecting low numbers, and you need to what you need to do is focus on getting better every show. Every single show, just do something that makes your show a little bit better and grows the audience a little bit more. You're going to move the needle very slowly, but bring your best attitude. Don't get discouraged. Just keep going. Because if you can do it when you have 5 people in the room, you're going to definitely be able to do it when you have 500 people in the room. You need to enjoy that growth from 5 to 500. You can get to 500. It's going to take a long time to get to 500. I don't even hit 500 yet, but there are some other people that hit 500. What are your top 2 platforms to sell on? Mine's specific for me or Whatnot and eBay. If you're talking about stagnant listing platforms, it would be eBay and Poshmark. 47 watching right now. Let's go. Appreciate everybody hanging out. Feel free to ask questions. I'm just shipping orders. I'm trying to do 50 tonight, and didn't want to be out here all alone listening to music, so I figured I'd pop on a live. I list less than 300 items in inventory. There are 4 packages to choose from. I wanted a cross list. Do I have the wrong packages? For Nifty, for the cross listing, there's 2 just for cross listing, and then there's 2 middle ones that are the bundle plan. So you get the send offers, all that stuff. That's the automation tools. And then you get the cross listing with the analytics tool with the inventory page. If you just want the inventory page in that, it's on the right hand side. If you want everything, it'll be right in the middle 2 options. And it won't be 4 options because you're going to pick the lease plan because you have 300 items listed. Also, I have a video on Nifty on my YouTube. So just type in Nifty, go to my long form content, type in Nifty, and then scroll down a little bit. I have a whole tutorial guide on Nifty if you're confused on which one to pick. There's a little bit of differences now. Obviously now there's unlimited. When I made that video, there wasn't unlimited. So there's a little bit better benefits now than there used to be. I have a tie I was supposed to sell locally. It's MIA. My first missing item, $20 sale to $20 sale to. That sucks. Oh well, it happens to the best of us. What's your profit on $23 polo shirts after cost of goods and fees? It's a good question. Depends on what I pay for them. On average, I'm paying like $5 to $8 depending on the unit. If I'm selling it for 23, I'm probably more closer to like 6 to 7. So after fees, shipping, cost of goods, I'm making about a $12 profit on that. After fees, shipping, cost of goods, 12 to 14 depending on my shipping, how much I charge the customer, and how much I had to pay to ship that item. There's a $50 pro plan now. Let me see. Hold on. I haven't looked at the plans in a while because I've had my plan. Let me see. Pricing. Don't do the yearly, by the way. Do the monthly. Don't ever do yearly for any of these kind of things. So there's automation. Let me just share my screen really quick. You have the automation tool. That's $39.99 a month. The one that's down here is just Poshmark or eBay. So if you just use Posh and eBay and you want to have automation, you can do that. So $39.99 a month. Over here for the cross listing, you have $39.99 and $59.99. That just depends on how many active listings you have. If you have over 1,500, you need the $59.99. If you have under 1,500, you need a $39.99 plan. If you want both of these packages together, you're in the middle plan right here, which is the automation and cross listing. You get all of this and all of this. But if you have over 1,500 listings, which most of you probably don't have, you would need $89.99. Most of you will fall into this bundle plan. That's the one you probably want to go with because you get all of this. You get the sharing closet, sending offers, delist, relist, all that stuff comes on this side. Ooh, there's an offer. And then you get the cross listing with the inventory manager. You get up to 1,500 active items to be able to do that with. You also get 500 smart credits. So just think, it's going to take you a while. If you're doing bulk, uploads, you'd have to upload 500 items in a month. If you only have 300 items listed, you'll never hit that. Unless for some reason you get a huge bulk buy and you just want to put all those in. Yeah, I pay $89. Yeah, Debbie's got the $89 plan. So if you have under 1,500 listings, you need to be on the next one up. You shouldn't be on the 1,500 plan. You should be on the $69.99 version. Save yourself $20 because you're just paying for the same version, except you're telling Nifty you have 1,500 listings. If you're on the verge, like I'm always on the verge, I always have 14 to 1,500 listings. It always goes like fluctuates depending on how much I sell. Like right now, I think I have under 1,500 items listed. Oh, I have 2 offers. Let's go. I don't need to sell anything else. I need to stop selling stuff this weekend. This is not good. I have too many orders to pack, and I keep selling on eBay. It's like, stop. I don't want it. I have 1,441 active listings, so I could potentially knock myself down. But then if I list a bunch in a week, then I'm gonna be over 1,500. So I just pay for the next version up is what I do. So let me see what kind of offers I am. Yeah, it has been a game changer. Nifty's awesome. See these offers real quick. We got a Brooks Brothers suede jacket. I just listed that. It's for $80 and they offered me 40, so I'll counter offer. I've been countering all day today and people have been accepting my counters or countering very close to my counter, which has been great. Let's see, Caldwell. No, see, this is 50. This item's $50 and they're or $60 and they're offering me 25. There's just no way. So I'll just counter up high on that one. See if they come up. All right, cool. I don't want to sell anything else in. On Nifty, I noticed title order shifted a bit better. Yeah, you can actually train the AI now too. Go on Nifty and go into your settings. This doesn't have any of my information on it, does it? Okay, I'm just making sure you guys can't read any passwords or anything. So go here to your settings. So you're going to click down here on settings, and then you're going to go to AI generation. You're going to click on AI generation, and now you can tell it what to do. I haven't messed around too much with this, but I did change my title format. So that's my title format that I want it to go in, and it'll go in that title format every single time. So it'll put the brand, the product type, the gender, the size, the color, and then put a bunch of keywords at the very end. And then you can train this part too. I haven't messed around with this at all. I kind of left it the same. But if you want, you can click on these. It helps you with the condition. It'll add the condition down here, and you can tell it what kind of condition description. You can add footers at the bottom now. It's really, really nice. You can basically train the AI to do exactly what you want it to do. There you go. There's offer decline. That's fine. I'm cool with that. Do you have a code? Yeah, I have a, let me get that real quick for you. It's also always in my pinned post, or if you're watching on YouTube, it's in my link tree in my bio. But if you click this, you'll get a 7-day limited free trial. And then if you like it, then you can sign up and get 15% off your first month. What was I going to say? Oh, it'll make you put your credit card information. It doesn't charge you right away. A lot of people steer away once the credit card goes in. It's not charging you or anything. It's just as soon as you're ready, they'll just charge your credit card once you tell it to. The Ralph Lauren show. The Ralph Laurens today have scanner codes. The Ralph Laurens today have scanner codes. You mean the QR codes? Yeah. The newer ones, if you go to the stores, they'll have the QR codes correct. So you just scan the QR code. It'll take you to Ralph's site. Sometimes it takes you to the site, but if the product's not there anymore, like it's an older product, it'll just take you to the site. It doesn't take you to the product. Worth picking up Coogee polos, even if damaged. Depends. If they're all over prints, then correct. Especially if they're all over prints and they are like the knit polos. Those are worth, some of those can be worth actually sometimes more than the actual sweaters themselves because they're rare to find. The t-shirts too. The t-shirts can be worth even more if they're just like the sweater t-shirts. I actually have one in my closet. So, all right, 118. Feel free to keep asking questions. I will keep shipping. I'm gonna be out here for a while, so if you have to leave, that's perfectly fine. But I got lots to ship. My goal is to get at least 50 of these shipped, and I have like less than 10. But that's okay. This is extra work. And then I'm probably gonna wake up extremely early tomorrow and ship out a bunch before Kayla gets out here. So that way we can have all of this packed up and shipped out tomorrow, so I can have all this space back. This is gonna be nice having all this space back in this garage. All right. There we go. Cool. And if you're new to selling and you don't know what I'm doing right now, I am shaping this box so it fits perfectly around the shoes, so it takes up less space and I don't have to use as much packing material. And then I can just tape it down, and the shoes are even more protected than they would have been if I would have used the packing material. I just like to over tape it because if I don't over tape it, I feel like the shoes are going to pop out, and some of these people spent $200 on these shoes, so I want to make sure they get to their rightful home in the condition that the person wants them in. Good thing you get to ship all these just to buy more from me on Thursday. Oh yeah. Yes, I'm shipping all the shoes right now. I still got all the clothes to ship. So I got a full rack. This whole rack behind me is everything else we sold on that show too. So that whole full rack, it goes from the front to the back. This whole thing all has to be shipped tomorrow too. We still got a whole nother rack over there that we didn't get to sell because we ran out of time. But yeah, we got lots to ship. Where'd you get the black boxes? Which black boxes? The ones that I'm shipping? Is that what you're asking? The shoes? Amazing show last night. Appreciate you, Carolyn. It was a fun one. Yay, pack my box. I can't wait. I'm just going in order, so I don't know what number you bought. I'm just going from front to back. Bought a Peter Millar, a couple of Brooks Brothers long sleeve polos. I overlooked them and found ink stains on them. What do you think on those? You can try to get them out, but to be honest, I don't mess around with ink stains. Usually I just redonate those because people don't really like, especially if they're on the pocket usually. It's like right in the front. People don't like those. So what are your thoughts on flea markets? Flea markets can be great to source and great to source in bulk. Laura, you can meet a bunch of people at flea markets that like buy from estates and stuff, and they get a whole bunch of clothing and they just want to offload it. So you can make a lot of good connections at flea markets. I don't go to flea markets, but I know other people that make tons of money making those connections. So there's people. Most of the people at flea markets are people just trying to move stuff. Most don't care. There are some people that like that's their full-time job as a flea market, so they're like higher priced. But you'll find steals and deals at flea markets. So have you seen there's a tool that reshapes your box very quickly? It reaches and cuts along the inside of the edge. I know there's a box tool. I have a box tool, but I just prefer to use one of these. Also, I know there's a tape gun. I just have always used one of these. I just reload this thing over and over. I've had this thing for like 3 years, this piece of plastic. I just use what I have. But yeah, there's tons of tools out there that make it a little bit easier. Do I still need to pay for Poshmark, Auto Closet, Share now that I have Nifty? No. Nifty will share your closet for you. So if you have another product that's doing that for you, you don't need to. Debbie, the boxes, these are sold. These are shoes. Where'd I get them from? I bought them wholesale. Has the plug been leaked? The plug? My plug? No. You have nobody will ever find where I get my shoes from. Nobody will ever find. There's the person that I get my shoes from doesn't have social media. So even if you scan through my socials, you'll have to know this person to be able to know who they are. And you don't know this person. Saw you were on a while. Getting ready for bed. Great show yesterday. Appreciate you, Dora. I had another Whatnot reseller show off some jewelry she bought from me on her show, and she shouted me out. Let's go. Let's go. That's awesome. Yeah, I didn't know who you guys were shouting. You guys, people were going crazy about what was that Threads person? There's so many people like the Threads is in here. I was like, I didn't see it at first, and Kayla's like, you might want to read the chat, and I was like, I don't know who this is. And everybody was freaking out. And then they messaged me after. We had a little conversation after. But shout out to you guys for looking out because I had no clue. And then they gave away two $50 gift cards, which was awesome. But I had no clue who that person was. I don't spend enough time on Whatnot, I guess. So the shoes all came in. No, these aren't black. These are navy blue boxes. But yes, they all came in boxes wholesale. Reselling is still booming. Haven't been here on a while. Reselling is going to be booming forever. Reselling's been booming since the beginning of time. Everything you buy from stores is resold. So yes, that's so funny. I don't know why some people come in here start freaking out that you don't share your connections. Oh yeah, there's people all the time that will message us and be like, hey, where do you get the Patagonia from? Where's your direct source? I'm like, why would I ever share that? that doesn't make any sense for me to share direct connections out loud, especially when I have, across all platforms, like 500,000 followers on all platforms. If I shared, like, these sources don't have unlimited supply. So if I shared it even with 10 people, the supply would be dwindled to almost nothing. So the fact that 500,000 people would get shared with it doesn't make any sense. It literally hurts me to share that information. All right, where's 117? I stacked all these up, but I didn't do it in order. Oh, these are the big boxes. I'm skipping all these. 17, 16, 15, and 14. We're going to go right to 113. I am not shipping these out tonight. No way, Jose. 113. Let's do that one. This one I'm going to have to... No, it should be fun. Should be fun. Yeah, I had no idea who that was either. Is there a way to bulk list with Nifty? Yes. Top right-hand corner, there's a lightning bolt. It's a purple lightning bolt. Press that, and then you can start bulk listing. You can add all your photos in. As soon as you're done, you hit what gender it is, and then you hit next, and it'll open up another section. And do the same thing over and over again. Do 5 to 10 at a time. Don't do more than 10 because sometimes it messes up the system. Do 5. That's what I usually do. Press generate. It'll generate those listings. As it's generating, go back in and do your next 5. That's usually what we do. There's no extra fee for using the closet share tool. So we should be clicking all. Oh, you mean the one that's built into Posh? Yeah, you could do that, but Nifty, you don't have to click. So if you're sitting there clicking all your listings, especially like us that have 1,400 listings, just imagine how long it would take me to do that 2 times a day, 3 times a day. I just use Nifty, and Nifty does it all in the background for me every single day. What time is it? 11:32. So I can show you guys my automation for today. This is how many shares I've had today, and I haven't had to touch my computer at all. I leave my computer off all day today, and I have 6,000 shares, 843 that just shared another time, 843, 731. That's how many offers. I need to turn offers back on here. I don't know why that shut off. Boom, offers are back on there. So offers, recreates, offers, recreates, offers, recreates. All of that's done in the background without me touching anything. Just literally does it all day. So when you cross list, do you do multiple at a time? Yes, when I cross list with Nifty, when I generate my listing, I generate all my listings via the photos. Kayla does the photos, brings it into Nifty. Nifty creates a listing for me. And then when I go to post those, it posts to eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, and Depop all at once. Can't unplug the plug. Do you sell one-on-one items? No, I don't do replicas. I don't do one-on-ones. Replicas are 100% banned on Whatnot. Anybody selling one-of-ones are selling reps. That's all they're doing. They're just calling them one-of-ones because it's another name for replicas, and they can fool people with saying replicas. But no, none of this stuff is reps. None of it's reps. Are you still picking up bread and butter brands, flannels at this time of year? Flannels, yeah, I'll pick up flannels all year round, but just know they're going to sell a little bit slower during the summertime. But it's still cold up north, so you can still sell flannels. I'm still selling flannels, and I'm selling short sleeves right now. This is like, there's 2 times a year where you can sell pretty much everything. It's like right now, and then going into like October, like August, October-ish, around August, September, October, like right when that first cold snap hits, but then it warms back up in some places. It kind of fluctuates. That's when you can sell pretty much everything. Yeah, I'm glad you didn't yell at the bidders. Yeah, I try not to be one of those guys that like, bid, come on, chat, what are you doing? Bid. I can't stand those people either. I get why they're doing it, but I just can't. I can't do it. I can't do it. I think this is going to be over 5 pounds. I'm going to have to weigh this. I might have to use one of my label adjustments. Yeah, this is going to be over 5 pounds. Over 5. Oh, will this even fit? This is a big ass box. Uh-oh. Good thing I didn't ship this one yet. Alright, we're going to skip this one too. I need a bigger box. Hopefully I got bigger boxes for that one. Alright, let me go next to the next one. 111. 112 was canceled. So this one was canceled. This one over here. And I need 111, right? Yeah, 111. There we go. That one. Fit in there nice and neat. You do more auctions or buy it now. On eBay, it's everything's buy it now, best offer. What I'm shipping right now is Whatnot orders. Whatnot is opposite. Everything's auction except for the buy it now pieces. I did sell 8 items from the shop during the show. That didn't fold right. Come on, fold for me. It's like it wants to fold at a different spot. There it goes. That's why I love selling clothes and not shoes. Because man, shoes take so much longer to pack. But shoes are profitable. Very profitable. Alright, cool. Let me generate that one. 111, we're good. I have ChatGPT prompt. that creates those beautiful pics with tie knots. Yes, I don't use ChatGPT though, because I found ChatGPT, when you use it to create your tie photos, especially if you use ties with lots of patterns, ChatGPT always messes up the pattern. So what I use is Photo Room. Photo Room works very similarly. You prompt it and you put in a photo. You just take a photo of the pattern of the tie, right? You prompt it to make a Windsor knot, and it'll create a Windsor knot for you of an image with a Windsor knot. And I'll show you one right now. Let me show you one on the computer. This is one that sold this weekend that I had Photo Room prompt and create for me. Orders awaiting shipment. Where is it at? I pulled it on one of my order pull videos, so you guys might have saw the photo. This photo right here was created from Photo Room. So I took, I think it was, why is the photo so small? I don't know. Go into the actual listing itself. So I think I took this photo right here and I prompted this photo to create that photo. So this is all AI generated. I didn't tie that knot. That knot's too beautiful for me to tie. So I threw that in, created that listing. As you can see, the colors are slightly different, but they're pretty much spot on. So ChatGPT, I did the same thing, and the colors were way off, and the pattern was so off. So that's all AI generated. I think using AI is just going to keep getting better and better. Like photos like that. I mean, to tie each one of those knots and line them up nice and perfect like that, just use ChatGPT or Photo Room. Any plans for a pop-up this weekend? This week, yes, but probably later in the week, probably on Friday. Our listing tonight, a reseller said to list on eBay, but then you have to go shares manually. Feel like there's so much to figure out. It's complicated. What do you mean? Are listing to Nifty? Are you listing to Nifty? Oh, got you. Am I listing to Nifty? I'm using Nifty to create my listings via AI. Uses the photos. Kayla puts the photos in, creates the entire listing for us. I go through and edit it, make sure it's good to go. Then I post it, and then Nifty shares automatically in the background. So as soon as that listing needs to be shared, Nifty does it for me. We get back into clothing whatnot shows this weekend. I also have a swim show coming up. Let's go. Swim shows are going to be hot in the next couple months. Yeah, Photo Room tie option, the add the photo room, to add the photo in and make it create whatever you want is really, really nice. Just make sure the patterns are good. Sometimes you got to play around with it. Love the video explaining Nifty AI, very clear. We've come a long way from List Perfectly. Was so slow. Yeah, I think that List Perfectly still is slow. I used to promote List Perfectly back in the day, and as soon as Nifty came out with its cross lister, I left List Perfectly. I use Vindu to cross list to whatnot, and that's it. Because Nifty doesn't have cross listing to whatnot yet. Hopefully soon. But yeah, are these 12 by 12? If they're 12 by 12, I can use a 12 by 12 mailing box. No, they're not. They're 12 by 13. Dang it. They're literally just an inch too big to use a priority mailbox. If these were an inch smaller, I would be able to use the priority free boxes, but they're an inch too big. And I can't shape them because the boxes are 12 by 13 and the other boxes are 12 by 12. So there's no way to add an inch to that. No way to add an inch. Oh well. Wouldn't be that big of a deal, but I'm super low on these boxes because I ordered some and they didn't arrive. For some reason, they got lost in transit. So I got more coming tomorrow, but you know, if they don't arrive by the first thing in the morning, then I gotta wait for them to arrive, which sucks. Roll that in there. Oops, that was a little sideways. That's okay. List Perfectly was it was good while it lasted. I think List Perfectly was like one of the first to the game that did the cross listing. And it was good when it was first, but for some reason, I feel like List Perfectly and Vendu like launched themselves up to like a really, really high level, but they never like really edited enough. They got to the point where they had a bunch of subs and they were just like, you know what, we'll be comfortable here. And then services like Nifty came out and just started washing them with all the updates. Now, I will say Nifty's starting to slow down a little bit. I mean, she's doing lots of updates, but she needs to add more platforms. That's what she needs to do. But I always say I promote the best platforms. I can probably say this on live. We're like middle of live. Nobody's going to watch this portion. I was making over 1,000 a month on List Perfectly from my commissions from signups, and I left them cold turkey, went right to Nifty because it just wasn't superior. It was a worse platform, so I wasn't going to promote something that was not as good just to like tell people it was good. So that's why I promote Nifty. If something comes out that's way better than Nifty, you best believe I'm going to go promote that one too. I have amazing boxes, different sizes. Can I use them to ship on eBay? Absolutely, but just make sure. Well, you can use any. If you're using brown boxes, you can use them any service. You use eBay. You can ship on USPS. You can ship on anything. So feel free to. You don't recognize my social media account now. It's Audra. Y'all inspire me to do videos, help others. Let's go, Audra. Awesome. Yeah, I didn't recognize it. Just Hey Mom 3. I gotta remember that. Do you know what photo room is going to start the new changes? I think they have us max into March. I have no clue. It's probably on their social somewhere. There were some people when I made a photo room post before I was even like sponsored and made like a sponsored post by them, and they got all upset because they were like, photo room's changing everything. They're like charging so much for it. And I was like, I have no clue. I'm set on the yearly plan, so I never even look at it. I just got charged once a year for it. But yeah, I heard, then I looked into it. I guess there was some changes that they're doing. They're charging more, I guess. But I mean, if you're one of the best out there to do it, and there's not really much competition, there's very few. I mean, charge more for your item, right? If I don't know, if I had a product and a bunch of people liked it and a lot of people were signing up and I had the potential to raise my prices and still keep a bunch of customers, better believe I'm going to raise my price. Especially if a lot of people like it, right? Yeah, but I'm not sure when that's happening. They don't give me any of that information. They want me to make another post for them, but I told them I'll make another post when it fits into my natural content. I don't really want to just make content to get paid. I want content to fit into my natural content. Another one, that's 13. Gotta grab another box. Once I get to those boxes, I can start using the priority, but right now, all of these boxes are all the big boxes. It's also good that I kept going on last night's live because even though I hit 25, I had 3 cancellations afterwards that were big money cancellations. So if I would have just stopped, I actually wouldn't have hit 25 after the cancellations. I didn't even realize that. So it's a good thing I did stop, or I kept going. I mean, tell me more about Shippo, Pirate Ship, etc. What kind of scale do I need? You can use any shipping scale. You can buy a cheap one on Amazon. Pirate Ship is free to use. Pirate Ship and Shippo rates are pretty much the same. There are some items that are cheaper on both services. Shippo, you do need a subscription for after you ship 30 items. So if you ship 30 items per month, you will need a subscription, but you also get that $25 for free. So use it. What I always tell people is use it. Get your free 25 with my link. At least I was able to give you $25 for free. If you ship more than 30 items per month, then Pirate Ship might be a better option for you, but use either or. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter to me. At least to get you that free 25, right? The $79 a year will be more like $220 a year for just $1,500 a month. That's crazy. Okay, I didn't know that. I'll have to look into that. That's pretty crazy if they raised it that much. I'll look into it. Obviously, I don't want to pay $220 a year, but I probably will because I use Photo Room not only for my photos, but I also use it for every social media post. So for me, that's a tax write-off. I can write off the whole thing. So I'll probably continue to pay for it. Again, every single one of my order pull videos, I use photo room. So every one of those little pop-ups that pop up, I used photo room to create that. So for me, it's worth $220 per year for me to use it. Because all I need is one of those videos to go viral, and that's paid for the entire year. But if you just use photo room for your photos, then I 100% get it. I get it, I get it, I get it. All right, that one is ready to go. Have a good night, Dora. Appreciate you stopping in. I'll probably be on live for at least another 30 minutes. And then the last hour, I'm just going to do a power hour. I'm just going to pop on some music and do some quick shipping. Try to get all this shipped out as fast as I can. I'm going to start, I'm going to be starting to list to the other 3 Posh, Mercari, and Depop besides eBay. I'm at about 89 listings, the other 12 drafts on eBay as of today. What do you think is the best time to start Nifty? I mean, if you already know you're going to list those 12, let's say you list those 12 tomorrow, you're over 100, you could use Nifty. Use it for a month, use the 15% off, and use the smallest plan. Obviously, you're going to use the smallest plan. And if you just want to cross list, just buy the cross listing plan because you're only going to pay 40 instead of 60 a month or whatever it is. And see if you like it. If not, after a month and you use the 15% off, you would only have paid like right around, what is that? 40 minus 15%, that's $6 off. You would have paid $34 for the month just to see if it increases your listing. Just know you got to keep listing too. Don't just say like, oh, I've listed 100, now I can stop and let it. No, just keep listing your stuff. You like Photo Room better than CapCut? Learning editing videos. Photo Room is photo editing. CapCut is video editing. So they're 2 different kind of services. So I use InShot to edit most of my videos on my phone. I use CapCut to edit my long form content on my computer. On my phone, I use InShot, and then I use Photo Room to edit my photos. Do you promote your Posh Closet? No, I don't use any Posh promote tools. People keep asking me that because I guess my last few days I've had a lot of Posh sales, and people are like, are you promoting? I'm not doing any Posh promote on those. I'm just selling naturally on Poshmark. Nifty sharing my closet. I'm listing new items, and I got a lot of good items listed. Photo Room is also awesome for any dresses using the AI model. Yeah, I've heard the AI model is really good on Photo Room. I haven't used it, but I've heard good things about it. 108. This is the one I put upside down. 108. Let me just print this out so I have it ready. Yikes. I'm running so low on boxes. I hope I don't run out of boxes. That would suck. I'm gonna run out of boxes. I already know it. Damn, that's gonna suck. Some people might get their shipments out the next day. I really like getting everything out in one day, but might not be able to do this. And it's not really my fault. It kind of is. I should have ordered. I should have saw the boxes were delayed and ordered more, but it's not really much I can control. I ordered them. They got all the way to the shipping hub in Tampa, and they sat there for 3 days. And then on the 4th day, it told me that they were lost in transit. And I was like, how do you lose boxes? They're like massive. They're like huge. They're huge. How do you lose boxes? But I guess that's what happens. Why no TikTok tonight, Amy? No lie. No lie, Amy. I started up the first live. I didn't say anything. Didn't say whatnot. Didn't say eBay. Didn't say anything. Within literally 2 minutes, I got a violation. So I was like, okay, whatever. I'm going to reset this live. I'll be right back. I reset the live. People came in. I said hello, and I got a violation for leading people off platform. I was like, what is going I didn't even get a chance to say anything. I just said hello. Like, you came in, Amy. You come in, I say, hi, Amy, violation. Like, what in the world? I'm listening to John SBH. If you're not following on TikTok, give him a follow. Drop SBH. He's on live for literally like 4 hours tonight. Doesn't get one violation. I'm like, come on. So it's either A, the algorithm hates me, or it's B, which I'm kind of leaning towards. There's some troll out there that keeps reporting my lives. They get the little violation, they pop in, and they immediately report it. I think it's a troll. I think it might be, because I don't think the AI, Listen, I didn't say anything that could even trigger the AI to give me that violation. So that's why we're not on TikTok tonight. Your face is a violation, I guess. Speaking of tax write-offs, can you write off your car, gas, home? Talk to your tax advisor. They'll be able to help you with all of that stuff. But typically, no, you can't write off your tax. You can't write off your gas because you're writing off your mileage. So you can't write off both. That would be like a double write-off. Doesn't make any sense. Most people write off their mileage because you get more back for your mileage instead of your gas. Also, you have to track how much gas you're using for your business and how much gas you're using for personal. Just imagine you trying to figure that out. Like you fill up your tank so many gallons and you use so many gallons to drive to the thrift store and you use so many gallons to drive to work. Like you can't write off all of your gas to drive back and forth to work. So most people just look at their mileage. They drive back and forth to the thrift store. I use Mile IQ in the background, so it does all my mileage for me. When I'm driving to the thrift store, I can write it off. I can write that it was a thrift store drive. And then at the end of the year, it downloads everything for me and I can write that off. But yeah, talk to your tax advisor. They'll be able to help you. They'll be able to give you a laundry list of write-offs that you'll be able to do. If you didn't track them this year because it's like your first year reselling, don't worry. You probably wouldn't have saved that much anyway because you just started reselling. You don't have that too many write-offs. But when you start growing your business, you're really going to want to know what you can and can't write off. There's a lot of like sneaky little write-offs that you can add that really help with with saving money. For example, this year I am 100% buying a car for the business. 100%. And I think I'm allowed to buy a Cybertruck and I can write off the whole Cybertruck. And I think me and Surfs have been talking about getting a Cyber Beast. And I might get a Cyber Beast. And then I can write that whole thing off. And from what I understand, I got to talk to my tax advisor about it. And I've already started talking to her about it to see what I can do. I believe that even if I take out a loan on it, but I didn't purchase the full amount, I can actually still write off the full amount. So Cyber Beast is like, it's expensive. But it'll be nice to write off that whole amount for next year. So we'll see. But I got to make sure I use it for just business purposes. So I'm only going to drive it when I'm going to thrift stores, to retail stores to shop, places like that. I got to be careful with that, but we need a second car anyway. So do you have a Dollar Tree near you? They have great size boxes for shoes and boots. They let me dig through the recycle bin. I do. Are you talking about like I like to buy the uniform boxes because all these shoes are pretty much the same size, so it helps me just ship really fast. I ordered more of these, but again, these are the size I use. I use 16 by 12 by 8s. They work perfect for most shoes. But unfortunately, ones I ordered another round of these, and of course they came in late. So a Target order came in, I guess, had open in shipment, and Amazon orders were retaped inside of it. USPS is wild. That's insane. I had that happen before too. I bought something retail arbitrage. There was on the top, they didn't like tape it down completely, and somebody's deodorant fell into it. It was like a deodorant pack with the shipping label on it. Shipping label, everything was in there. I just took that in and I didn't open it for like 2 months after I bought it because I bought it for Whatnot show. And I opened it up and sure enough, the guy's deodorant's in there. I was like, man, that guy's probably missing his deodorant. So what a miserable way to be trolls. I know. It's so crazy. It's either that or it's the AI. It's so crazy. Smart using Mile IQ. Thank you. Get the Cyber Beast. Yeah, I'm thinking about the Cyber Beast. Thinking about it. Just for emergency until you get yours. Yeah, I get them tomorrow. So either way, I'm getting them tomorrow, but they're getting delivered UPS tomorrow. And most likely the UPS driver is going to be here after the mail lady gets here. So I'll just have to ship, and I'll ship some orders tomorrow, and I'll have to ship some the next day. It's just gonna have to be that way. Finally, I get to use the USPS boxes and not my own boxes. So these size boxes, I can use these on. This is gonna work perfect. So I'm gonna take this box, and if you see, these shoes do not fit into this box. It won't fit no matter how I put it in there. So I'm going to resize this box and it should fit. Let me just make sure that it will fit. I'm pretty sure this is one of those sizes that will work. So all I'm going to do, I don't know if I can show you guys this. All I'm going to do is take this box like this and I'm going to roll it like this. And as long as there's space on the top, which there is, that means I'm able to reshape this box. Actually, I'll just keep it down here like this. So let me throw this right here. I'm going to bring this to the end of the table, and then I'm just going to mark where this box ends. I'm going to slide this down, put this right here. I'm going to mark this right here, and then I'm going to flip it over and do the same thing. Bring this to the end, just make sure it's right on the end because I want to have as much space as possible. I'm going to mark this box like that. I'm going to slide this to the end just like this. And I'm going to mark this box again. Now this box is marked on both sides, just like you can barely see it, but it's marked. So this was the original fold point. We're making a different fold point. We're making the fold point here. Sometimes it folds nicely, sometimes it doesn't. All right, and then we're going to come over here and do the same thing. Now, that is the shape of my box. So now if I put this down on the inside, it now fits inside that box. So now all I have to do is go like this. And go like this. Oh God, stop it. I can't ship anymore. Stop it. eBay. One time I don't want you to work. You're working. Oh. Tomorrow's order pull video is going to be the fastest order pull video you guys have ever seen. And now all I have to do is throw some padding in the bottom and we're good to go. What's the difference between the 4 on shipping? Do the other 3 send you emails? Oh, the other 3? No, so you're going to, with those, you're going to put in your weight of your items, Tommy, and then when you make a sale, they're just going to email you the label, or you can go right on the platform and print out your label. eBay is the hardest to learn shipping, so once you learn eBay shipping, the rest are super easy. That's why most people avoid eBay first, because eBay shipping's a little bit more difficult. That was a like quadruple cha-ching. That was 4 items. I just sold a bundle of 3 items. I sold 3 Ralph Lauren items back to back to back. They're all in a bundle. Is it? Wait, hold on. That might have just been an error. No, it was 3 Ralph Lauren items. Never mind. Those 3 at the top. Boom, boom, boom. All sold to the same customer. All size extra large. Ralph Lauren never fails. By the way, get all of your Ralph Lauren listed right now. This is prime time for Ralph because Easter is right around the corner. Everybody's going to start shopping for their Easter stuff. I know it's kind of a little bit far away, but it's not. And everybody's going to start shopping. When is Easter anyway? How many months? How many days until Easter? Hey Siri, how many days until Easter?
It's 47 days until then.
47 days until Easter. So people are going to start shopping for Easter now and getting their gear on. And it's starting to cool down in some places. Some people are looking forward to the linens, the bright colors, all that stuff. Not cool down, warm up, I mean. So, and then on my eBay store, if you guys don't know how I do my bundles on eBay, you buy more than 1 item, you get free shipping. So that person got free shipping on those 3 shirts, but they didn't, that's the deal that they got. Free shipping on 3 shirts. Hey Dora, you're not here anymore, but there's your order. There's your order, Dora. For the shipping promotion, no, I don't care about Mercari enough to edit it, so no, I'm not going to edit it. In that case, do you only charge shipping for one of the shirts? So no, I give free shipping for the shirts. If they buy more than 1 item, they automatically get free shipping. And then I just throw them all in one poly mailer, usually, unless they buy a ton. I used to think the register sound was for the eBay sales when watching your videos. Yeah, I had the person complain of it. So actually I had a couple people complain about the cha-chings. They were too loud. So I switched it over to the bloops. You hear the bloops when I sell anything under $50. Anything over $50 is a cha-ching. That's the way I'm doing it now. Selling eBay since 2005, selling sports cards in the past 3 to 4 years. So I have eBay pretty much down. Yeah, so if you have eBay down, you'll get the rest down. Easy peasy. What's the max you pay for Ralph Lauren? Depends on the Ralph Lauren. If it's a big pony polo, I might pay up for it. I actually just went to Plato's today and paid up for, I think I paid up for one Ralph Lauren, or maybe I left it behind. There was like an all over, no, I left that one behind. It was $30. It was way too much. But it was a Ralph Lauren with a big pony and big spell out on the front. But I did pick up another Ralph Lauren t-shirt there. But it depends. Depends on what the Ralph Lauren is. If it's a basic button down, plaid, nothing too crazy, I'll pay $5 to $7 for it. If it's a bigger size, like a 2XLT or a 3XB or something like that, I might pay a little bit more than that because I know those are going to sell for more and a little bit faster. But again, just depends on the item. 106. Okay, that one I can't ship yet either because that needs a bigger box. So I'll put that there. I think the next is going to be 105. 105. Who just messaged me? Oh, okay, people are claiming stuff. By the way, hangers are available. I don't know if they're still available right now, but if you need a hanger, a Trisha hanger, they are available. They were, anyway. They might not be available anymore. No problem, Tommy. Appreciate you asking. You always know. You can come in and ask. Ask anytime. I do not mind. I do not mind answering questions. Actually, would rather you come here and ask questions than come into my DMs, because I get people that message me all the time. You know what really irks me? Is when people will message me in my DMs and ask me to price an item for them. They'll just randomly like message me and say, hey, I found this Ralph Lauren shirt at the thrift store. Can you tell me how to price it? No, I will never. If you ever ask me that, I will never answer that DM. I will ignore it. You might think I'm mean, but I don't like when people ask me to price their items, because I've already taught how to price or how to research items. So you got to do the research yourself. Got to look it up, because otherwise I would just be a pricing machine all day. Everybody would ask me to price their items. Okay. Actually getting quite a few of these shipped. It's good. I was going to come out here and ship all day, but my kids were home. So when the kids are home, not much work gets done. But I did go out today and we went to Plato's. Well, I went to Plato's. Kids went to Five Below. And I made a short form video at Plato's, so you guys will probably see that tomorrow, maybe? Oops, I accidentally put that one too low. Yeah, you guys will probably see that tomorrow. Little Plato's haul video. Alright, that one shipped. Next up, we got 104. Let's see, it should be right here. 104. I don't think that one will fit into one of these. Let's see, I think these are too wide. Yep, these are too wide. Oh well, use another box for that one. It's funny you said that because I was watching Chris today and someone asked him to price an item and he said the same thing. Yeah, it's yeah, great minds think alike. It's just like if I stopped to answer all the questions I get in my DMs, the basic questions, it would take way too long. And you know what usually happens? What usually happens is if you answer a question like that, it leads to like 15 other similar small questions that could easily be answered with either researching eBay or researching Google, but the person won't do it because they'll rely on you and they'll always come back and ask the basic question. So you can't open that door, because once you open that door, once you open that box, it is always open for that person. Yeah. I used to answer all of them. I used to, and then I learned there was people that literally would spend the whole day so if that's the case, what do you do here? Hey, so I had this happen today. What do I do with this? It's like, if you just took that same question and put it into Google, you probably would get your answer within seconds. But then they'll like wait on me to answer it for them, and that's not good. It's not a way to teach. What is it? You can't lead a horse to water or something like that. I don't know what that saying is, but you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. It's like the same thing. And I'd rather answer those questions here on this live because I can just answer them out loud while I'm doing other things. So ask them here, that's fine. I don't care. Some people source just sell at Plato's. Yep, I know of some people that do that. They source from the bins and then they go right to the bins and they sell to Plato's Closet. It can be really smart. You take all your heavy hitters and list them on eBay, and then all your like Zara and Hollister and stuff like that Plato's is always looking for that you can't really sell on eBay, but you can get cheap enough at Plato's. You can just move to Plato's. There's a market for everything. I mean, every bad brand that you find at the thrift store, every single one of them was bought by somebody. Just remember that. Somebody actually went to the store and bought that George polo from Walmart. So there's a market for everything. And there's places where you can sell stuff a lot better than other places. Plato's has that teen, that, you know, out of high school or in high school teen, college student that loves the fast fashion that doesn't really sell well on eBay, but if you sell it at Plato's, it sells like hotcakes. And you can usually sell it for a little bit more. So now that I've been on Whatnot for a while, I know there's certain brands and certain things that will sell better on Whatnot than they will on eBay. There's certain pieces of Ralph Lauren I'll specifically bring to Whatnot because I know those will sell for more than they will sell on eBay. My consigners also know this. So my consigners will purposely send me certain pieces that sell for more on Whatnot. You guys want me to give you an example of that? Let me show you an example of something that is worth more on Whatnot than it is on eBay. Because a lot of people think that Whatnot is only for selling cheap items. But if you can figure out what the people want, you can sell stuff for a lot more. This shirt right here. This shirt right here, beautiful shirt. When you look at it on camera, you're like, wow, that's an amazing shirt. This shirt gets bid up every time on Whatnot. If you go look up the same shirt on eBay, I'm sure you see them selling for somewhere between $20 to $25. I think this shirt sold last night for $35-ish, I want to say. So it's something that sold for more on Whatnot than it would on eBay. Now that person could have used a 15% off code and they might have only spent $20 on it, but it's a $35 sell on Whatnot, just specifically because of the pattern. It just pops on camera. Those are the ones you want to bring to Whatnot. If it's a linen base pink, right? Linen base pink with a blue pony on the front. We sold one of those yesterday. I think it went for like $19. That same item would go on eBay all day for $29 to $35, somewhere between $29.99 and $35, and it'll sell really fast. I use eBay search feature, use the camera option and select the see recently sold, and I go from there. There you go. I think the best option to do though is actually search for your items using keywords. It'll bring up more search results for you. How much would you price a George shirt? I wouldn't. I would donate it. I'd donate it, or I'd sell it back to George himself. George can have his shirt back. 103. 103. All right, this is another one that needs a box. 103. Tell George he can have his shirt back. We don't want it. I hope I got more boxes over there. Because I'm running so low. Do you still go out and thrift, or do you have your own suppliers now? I do both. I have my own suppliers and I go out and thrift. You watch my long form YouTube videos. I haven't gone thrifting in like a week and a half. but I was going thrifting every week, multiple times a week. There's a lot of thrift trips that you guys don't see at all because I don't post them to socials. But like, I went to Plato's Closet today. That's technically thrifting, right? Oh, I got those. That's overly stuffed. I still really enjoy thrifting, and I still really enjoy teaching. So even though I'm finding wholesale suppliers that can send me stuff, I have consigners that send me stuff. The consigners, by the way, the Ralph Lauren that I sold was all thrifted Ralph Lauren from the consigners. Every piece of it was thrifted. So that's still all thrifted goods. 3. Offer. I'm going to accept only a couple of dollars off my listing. I haven't sold since 2008. Let's go. Let's go. That's awesome. Oh God, Surfs is here. Why did Kayla marry you? You already know, Surfs. You know exactly why she married me. I have something you don't. And it involves... never mind, I'm not going to say it. We're on a PG platform. Let's just say I feel bad for Shelby every single day of her life. I'm sorry, Shelby. I know you're probably listening. Actually, you're probably snoring next to him. Surf says you snore, Shelby, by the way, if you're listening to this. He tells me all the time that you snore very loudly. And he's tired of it. He wants you to get those nasal strips. That's what he tells me every day. I own a package supply company, box tape, etc. I love to chat with you off camera to see if I can save you some money. I imagine you have a decent amount of affiliate links, so I'm not sure if I can compete with that, but I'd love to hear from you. Any interest? Of course, Laura, reach out to me. I don't have any box affiliate links anywhere. The only affiliate links I have is through my Amazon affiliate, and to be honest, I don't make much off boxes, so I don't really care about box affiliate links. So yeah, reach out to me for sure. I'd love to save money on boxes. And then we could talk too if you want to. If I like your products and you like me and I like you and we all like each other, we can talk about me making a post for you and promoting your business. I have no problem doing that either. Sometimes I do it for free. I don't really ask for promotions on stuff like that. So if you're a nice little, I think you said family-owned business or whatever. If you're a family-owned business, you sell your own boxes, I'd love to help you out a little bit too. So yeah, feel free to reach out to me. She felt bad for him? I know Shelby felt bad for him. That's who you're talking about, right, Amy? You wouldn't be talking about me, Amy. Not me, Amy. I bet you she did feel bad for him. He was probably that. Could you imagine, Amy, at the school dance, he was the kid sitting in the corner, not dancing and just smiling. He's just had that big old goofy looking smile. He's just sitting there smiling away. She's like, he's all by himself, yet he's smiling. What is wrong with this guy? Let me go see if I can dance with him. And that's how it ended up. Poor Shelby, right? She should have just stuck with the guy she was going with that night. Poor Shelby. Yeah, sometimes you just gotta be nice, I guess. Sometimes being nice doesn't work out. It's bedtime here. Night night. Peace out, Surfs. Go to bed. I'll DM you in the next video. Okay, cool. I'll look out for your DM. Either DM me on Facebook or DM me on Instagram. When you do DM me, just comment on one of my videos that you sent me the DM to, because I'll see that before I see the DM. Sometimes I don't see those DMs. Like I'm wasting time searching for comps that turn out to be a dead end. Is there a trick to checking comps in the thrift store? Yeah, get as detailed as you possibly can. If you're picking up a floral short sleeve men's extra large Ralph Lauren shirt, type in that whole thing and then try to find a similar comp. Don't just type in Ralph Lauren and then scroll for a Ralph Lauren shirt that looks like yours. Make sure you put in lots of keywords. Oh, that's a cute story about you and Kayla. How did you know that was like our story? How did you know that, Amy? God, was I that obvious? Was I that obvious, Amy? I didn't try to be that obvious, but I guess I was. 102. I hope that fits. Come on, please fit. Please fit. I didn't check to see if this fitted before I grabbed the box. Yeah, every comp you search is more knowledge. Don't feel bad. Exactly. That's how I feel. Well, thank dog. I just went and updated my title order on Nifty. I won't have to rearrange the size. Yep, perfect. That's exactly what I was looking forward to too. As soon as I heard that came out, the size sometimes was in the front and the end. It was kind of annoying, but now you don't have to do it. And it does it every single time. You're not going to have an issue where the size is at the end anymore. Easy peasy fix. I'm glad that she did that. We actually talked about that. I want to say it was like 6 months ago. I had a conversation. It was actually when Tech's lister came out, and I asked her why can't you rearrange the title? Like, why is it stuck where it is? And she's like, that's the way eBay told me to do it. And I'm like, well, sometimes it's in the middle, sometimes at the end. Like, I know that eBay didn't tell you to do that, right? And she's like, yeah, that's just the AI tool. That's how it works. We're gonna revamp it. And then we finally got it revamped, which is nice because you don't got to worry about that anymore. All right, I'm gonna stay on live for like 15 more minutes, so feel free to hang out. And then from 12:30 to 2 o'clock, I'm gonna do a power hour and a half of shipping. I'm gonna throw on a J. Cole's new album. Maybe I'll throw on a podcast. I don't know. And I'm just gonna ship my heart away. And hopefully get through almost all of these, so that way tomorrow's shipping is a lot easier. I've been requesting every month or two. That's nice. I like it. Request that stuff. You guys should be messaging her about Whatnot. That's the next thing. She's dragging her feet a little bit with Whatnot, and I think that would change the game for Nifty. I know not everybody uses Whatnot, just like not everybody uses Etsy, but I feel like there's not really a great cross lister for Whatnot. Vendu does it, but Vendu is not great in my opinion. I use Vendu, and every time I cross list with Vendu to Whatnot, I have to go back and edit each one of the listings. It's so furious. Before the show, I spent an hour moving over all 100 of those listings that we brought over, and I feel like Nifty can do it so we won't have to edit those. We just can put them over to Whatnot, and that would be an absolute game changer. Because just imagine if I did a Whatnot show like I did, all Polo Ralph Lauren, and I have like 300 plus items of Polo Ralph Lauren listed. If I could bring all 300 of those over to the show, instead of only bringing 100, I could have potentially tripled my sales from the shop, which means I would have sold 24 items instead of selling 8 items. That's a huge difference. Just imagine selling 24 items on eBay in one day. That's what I potentially could have done on Whatnot. That's huge. Huge. So hopefully soon she gets that, because that'll be pretty crazy. 101. 101. There's 101. Hey, I can use one of the shoe boxes. Let's go. I always like when I can use one of the shoe boxes. It's less of my own boxes I have to use. I have to take a shower tonight. So maybe I'm not gonna be out here till 1:30. I'll be out here till 1. I'll go take a shower, and then I'll just try to wake up super early tomorrow. Like 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock start time tomorrow at work. I hate waking up early, especially after I've been up shipping all night, but it needs to be done. Scored Ralph Lauren Polo Country Buffalo Plaid Shearling Collar Barn Coat. $600 MSRP. Let's go. At the outlet for 80% off, even better. Ooh, we got an outlet purchase for one of those. Let's go. When you go to the outlets for Polo outlets, the key is to look for those kind of things, Midwest. Those things go undercover, and there's usually only one of them. Sometimes they just brought them out, so if you can be at the right place at the right time, you can score. I've scored some crazy stuff at the outlets. I haven't been to the outlets in probably like 6 months. I need to go back. I need to make that like a routine, but man, that's a good one. Polo Country for 80% off. So what did you get that for? You got that for 120 bucks. So you're probably going to sell that. I don't know. I'm just going to throw out a random number. Probably for like 400 bucks. Easy. That's easy money right there. Outlets can be such a great place to source. You just got to know, you got to figure out when the sales happen, and you got to be consistent. You can't just go like once in a blue moon. You got to like keep going back, make a name for yourself, talk to the employees if they let you, buy multiple things. Like if you can make friends with employees and you can get like cartfuls of stuff. They'll call you when they have sales. They'll be like, hey Wayne, we have a new sale happening tomorrow. Make sure you're here. We got a whole bunch of this. You can make so much money. So much money. Thanks for all your help, mail lady. Here for 26 years. Post office starts early. Good night, everybody. Peace out. I used to remember I had to do that too. I hated that. Early start, day after a holiday. And then you know your workload's gonna suck because you know all the businesses, especially this one, because there were some businesses that were open, so you're gonna have all that mail to pick up for that day of work. Ooh. I bet you I can actually ship everything tomorrow. My mail lady's probably gonna get here around 5, so actually I might be able to get everything out tomorrow. You just remind me of that. Oh, I hated days after holidays. They were miserable. And then your managers want you to all go fast because you got call outs because people know it's going to be a bad day. So they just call out. And then you're stuck at work until 8 o'clock at night, getting yelled at every 15 minutes on your phone to get back because the truck's about to leave. I remember those days. Not fun. Not fun at all. Alright, there's another roll of tape. I ordered more tape tomorrow too, so if I run out of tape, that's okay. Alright, let me print this. 3, print. Now we're on number 100. 100. So I have 100 pairs of 100 pairs of shoes left to ship. This is wild. Just 100 left. Just 100 left. I don't remember what number 100 is. There it is, number 100. And this is one of those ones that are too much space on the top, I think, for me to use one of these. Was your city? I was city carrier. Mine's a rural route now, so the one I live at is rural. But I was a city carrier. Did that for 8 years before I decided to quit. Oh, this might actually fit. This will be a tight fit if I can make it fit. I gotta be perfect on my cuts. Nope, it's not gonna fit. It's gonna be a little bit too big. Yeah, I was a city carrier for 8 years at the good old USPS. How long is this box? That's what I gotta figure out. Is this 12? Damn, it's 14 inches. They have barbers out there? No, I need to go get my haircut. Kayla actually said it today too. I need to get my haircut, but I haven't had time, Mr. Peak. Peak, can you come over and shave my head? Peak, if you come over and shave my head, I'll do that. I'm rural, gotcha. Yeah, our carrier is rural too. Before you leave, let me ask you a question, Threads. Does your office tell you that you're only required to scan 5 packages every pickup? Does your office say you can only scan 5 packages? Because that's what my carrier is trying to tell me, that she only has to scan 5 packages. And I actually looked it up. And that's not actually a rule. That's a rule that the managers are telling you guys, but it's not actually a rule. If you read the bottom of the pickup slip, tell your manager this, they'll probably get a kick out of it. If you read the bottom of the pickup slip, it says that you're only required to scan 5 if the pickup slip is not there. But I have a pickup slip every day. So, yes, I don't die. You're good. You're a good carrier. My carrier, she basically said, you know, I'm not going to scan all your packages. And I said, okay, well, I've already submitted a request for me to talk to your supervisor, so I know you're being told what to do. You got to do what you're told what to do. I get that. But there is no rule that states that you only have to scan 5. The managers purposely misinterpret the bottom of that form so they can make you guys go faster, but the bottom of the form doesn't say that you only have to scan 5. I get to talk to them. Hopefully tomorrow. They have till tomorrow to call me. If they don't call me, then I get to escalate it to the next service. So I'll call Wednesday morning and basically tell them on Wednesday morning that they need to have the manager call me. You are correct. Yes. Good old managers. You look skinnier. Thank you. Chris says I look fatter. He tells me that every day. One of my carriers said that. I challenged him. Yeah, challenge him. That doesn't. Everybody, anytime that your carrier says that, if you live in a rural place, tell them to the PS 580 form. That's the form that they give you to scan when they pick up, when the carrier gets they get the slip. It's a PS 5 at the 5840. I believe that's the number. At the very bottom of the form. At the very bottom of the form, it reads this. And it's laughable because you can tell exactly what the managers are trying to do when they read this. Let me find it really quick. It says, in the event the carrier arrives at the delivery point and finds packages for pickup, and there are no package pickup requests, PS 5630 form, that's the one, 5630 form presented, the carrier will still collect all available mail. So even if you don't have a form, they're still required to pick up all the mail. And this is just specifically for rural. If there are 5 or fewer pieces requiring an acceptance scan, the carrier will scan each piece. If it is not required that the carrier scan each piece if there is a larger quantity of parcels, 6 or more are being picked up. That's if you don't have that form. So what they do is they read that last line and they say, oh, but there was more than 6 packages, so it says we don't have to scan them. And no, you have to read the first line. The first line then applies to all future lines. If I do have that form, you are now required to scan all my packages. But they try to misinterpret that last line as rule, that if you have all the packages, you know, whatever. So I have to have a little argument with them. And if they don't scan my packages, then I have to, they say no, they're not going to do it, then I have to actually go up above to the next level. The next level will agree with me. They will agree with the customer every single time. They're never going to agree with the manager. So that they would skip the first scan just from the chain of custody perspective. Yeah, and what's weird is it really doesn't take much longer to scan in each package because you're loading them into your truck anyway, and you're already picking up each package and you're setting them into your truck. So all you have to do is just go beep, 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 and scan them in. It takes almost no extra time. But my mail lady literally said, if they agree with you, I am bidding off this route. And I said, okay. She said, no offense, but if they agree with you, I'm bidding off this route. And I said, that's no offense to me. I don't care what you do. It doesn't bother me where you go. I tipped her like 200, I think it was like $200 for Christmas. I said, I'll give somebody else $200. I don't care. Doesn't bother me. Doesn't bother me at all. Go somewhere else. No offense, but I don't care. Doesn't bother me. You have not offended me at all. I am not offended at all. I would hate to be your mail lady. Are you at the end of her route? I am. I'm at the very, very end of her route. So yeah, she has 15 more minutes after she gets to me. She also is she's a rural carrier. She starts at 9 a.m. and she gets off work at 2:30. When I was a full-time city carrier, we wouldn't have days off early. I always tell her that too. I'm like, man, you're so lucky. You started at 9 and it's only 2:30 and you're already at the end of your route. And she's like, yeah, I have a smaller route and we just get paid for what we do. I was like, man, I wish I had that kind of day when I was a carrier. I had to work 8 hours guaranteed, and then on top of that, if I had to go help somebody else, I had to go help somebody else. Like there was no 6 hour, 6.5 hour days. With lunch, 6.5? Come on. With lunch and 2 breaks. So you're looking at a 5.5 hour, not 5.5 hour, a little bit more than that. 5 hour and 40-minute day. That's crazy. So my stop is listed as a dismount, so they stop every day to pick up. Do they get a slip? Well, no, but your mail carrier already knows that she has to pick up. So just like that bottom of the form says, if there are packages to pick up, they are still required to pick those packages up. But if you don't give them that slip, they only have to scan in 5. That's all they have to do because you didn't fill out the form. But what you can do, Chris, is you just go on USPS.com and fill it out for the next 90 days. It takes you like 15 seconds. You just go in and select all the dates for the next 90 days. You tell them about how many packages you have. So on average, you probably have somewhere around, just say the max you have. So like 20, 30 per day, whatever that is. You put that in. You put in like 15, put in all ground advantage, to be honest, doesn't matter. And then You can schedule out for 90 days, and every single day they'll have that slip, so then they can't complain. They have to scan it in. But if she's already scanned it in, don't matter. So, photos and titles, perhaps brands. Can you give me some? Can you give me some tips because I'm not getting any sales on eBay? Tips would be look up your items, look at how many are listed versus how many are sold. Don't just list random prices. Make sure you're looking up sale prices too. Don't just list arbitrarily and expect your items to sell. Don't be like, this item retails for $100, so I'm going to list it for $95 in pre-owned condition. You're probably not going to sell that item unless it's like a rare item. Then you might be able to. So watch all the videos. Lots of good resale creators. Appreciate you. Let's go. My post office told me that before. Sleep time. Peace out. Peace out. Amy. Prices are low. Are you looking up comps? Are you comparing your prices to other comps? Because you might think your prices are low, but if you're not actually looking them up, then they might actually be high. Also, we don't get paid to come to the door without the package pickup slip. Yep. Yeah, so I do my package pickup slip. I'm almost out of tape, yes. I have 3 more rolls, 3 more full rolls, and then I'm out. The people with seniority get stuck helping the other people if they finish earlier. Yeah, in the office that she's in, she just leaves. She goes back and leaves. I've been using Nifty when I started watching you and switched from Vendu. December, my listing privileges were suspended on Poshmark. They said I was relisting before 60 days, but was only doing the number Nifty allowed. Most likely, it's the 3rd time. So it's happened to everybody, Patrice. What's happening is you're delisting items that sold, and you're supposed to be allowed to do that, but the algorithm with Poshmark picks it up and they delist it. Even if you didn't have a cross lister, even if you'd used Vendu, whatever, you would still be getting those delist dings. And again, exclusively in their rules, they said they're allowed to do that, but the AI is picking up a listing that you listed and then you delisted within 30 days. So if you just listed something, you sold it the next day, Poshmark thinks you're pulling down and putting up listings. That's what's happening. So what you do is you reach out to Poshmark support and say, hey, I delisted an item that sold on another platform. I listed it 5 days ago. It sold in 5 days, and now I've got a listing suspension. Please revoke my suspension. And then usually they will take it right away, as long as you say something similar to that. So Christmas gift changed my attitude. Yeah, I always tip my mailmen. I tip my UPS guys. I give them like 20s here and there just to tell them thank you because I mean they're saving me so much time. If I had to go drive all these packages, like look how many packages I have right now. This thing right here, this is gonna be filled with packages tomorrow. If I had to drive all those in the Tesla every day, good lord, that'd be horrible. Appreciate you, Ray. That was a fun show last night. I haven't shipped it to USPS pickup yet. I'm still rolling to the post office with my pile of packages, but I'm lucky to have a great post guy there who pulls the hand scanner. Yeah, that's always nice, the hand scanner, because it's faster. I don't know why they don't just do that. They should have the clerks just have a hand scanner and scan all that stuff in. I think it's something with the rules, and the clerks get paid, and the clerks don't want to move faster because they get paid per hour kind of thing, so they don't really care. That's how most post office people are. But yeah, it would be so much faster. But you should do if you live in a house. I know if you live in an apartment, it's kind of sketchy to leave your packages outside because people are walking by it. You don't want to leave them at the office because you never know who's going to walk by and steal the stuff out of the office. But if you live in a house and it's secure, I mean, I've left my packages out front at my old house all the time. I left for hours during the day with thousands of dollars worth of product. Didn't really care. Never had an issue. You would save yourself so much time having them pick up from your house, and it's free. It doesn't cost you any more money. So. Tipping like crazy. There you go. Shipment's my route this fall. You're a mail carrier? Nice. Did you say hi? Did you say like, welcome? I'm Chris at Peak. I'm famous. I'm regular, so I go home. Yeah. Regulars go home. With rural routes, they only have to do what their route is. So, like our route is full all the time, but there's specific routes in our area in Florida that have less people during certain times of the year because you got the snowbirds that go up north. So people will bid on those routes because those routes will get smaller during the summertime and they'll get bigger during the wintertime. And they usually get adjusted around wintertime. So usually during the summer, they have super easy days. So yes, I probably say I'm the same across all platforms when I cross list, correct. I don't change prices. You can do that if you want to. I don't do it. Run some Ralph Lauren Purple Label shoes right now. No, I have 5. Actually, I have 8 left over. I had 5 at the end of the show, but we had 3 cancellations. I'm so glad that I did over 26 in sales because I actually did under. I didn't realize that when I made the video today, but I did under 26 because once I took all those cancellations, I think it was like $400 or $500 worth of cancellations. put me under 26. So I did over 25. Does she have an LLV? She has a the new van. I don't know what they call it. They call it POV. POV. That's a crazy. But anyways, she doesn't have an LLV. No, she has a regular van that has AC. I didn't have one of those when I was a carrier. I had the LLV that blew the hot air right back in your face. They're like, you got a fan in the front of your LLV? Yeah, I do, but it just blows hot Florida humid air just all around that LLV. It just makes it into a steam microwave bath. Yeah, the hand scanner is quicker now. Back when I used to work, they didn't have the continuous scan function either. That she let me know that they have the continuous scan function, which is wild because if you're not having to even press the button, it's automatically scanned. You just literally run it over the package. It goes beep, 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 beep. It's like you could line them up in your truck and just beep, 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 beep all the way through. I feel like next time I should tell her, let me scan them in. I already know what I'm doing. Just hand me the scanner. I just press prepaid acceptance and I just go through and scan everything. Run them. I'm not running them right now. No, I'm going to run them on next Saturday show. So if you want your last opportunity to get Purple Label for probably the next 2 to 4 weeks, I don't know when I'm getting my next round in. On Saturday, we're going to run all the rest of the Polo that's left over. I got some other brands. I got some other consignment that came in. We're going to run all of those on next Saturday and Saturday show, not Sunday, because we're not doing a Sunday show this week. We only did Sunday because of the holidays. Hey, I got an item that sold out of my inventory. You hear that, Chris? This item came out of my inventory. 2186. And it's an older one too. 2186. Last bin. Last bin. Ooh wee. Super old listing. This sold on the show for full asking price, I believe. Let me see. Yep, $22.99 on the Whatnot show. So I had a bunch of full price sales on the Whatnot show actually, which is great. I like selling stuff on the shows. Yeah, the Mercedes. I think that's what she has. Yeah. I never had the pleasure of driving one of those. I had the LLVs. They were supposed to get some electric vehicles too. I'm about to make some people mad too. You ready for this, chat? I am about to ship this. Oh, is this the big one though? I don't want to use a big. Oh, I guess I'll use this. I'm about to ship this in one of these. K-Way, those are for Poshmark only. You can't use those. You can't use those for Whatnot. I'm gonna use them all for Whatnot. I'm gonna order another round today, actually. Before I go to bed, I'm gonna make sure I order another round. The only thing I don't like is these are massive. These are super big, but instead of using my own poly bags, as long as I put a Ground Advantage label on the Ground Advantage package, I am allowed to use Ground Advantage stuff. So here we go. First one I've been able to use. Sliding on there. She's spoiled or entitled. My mailman works 7 to 7, 6 days a week. Oh yeah, she's a really nice lady, but you can tell when she has to work a little harder, she don't like it. That's what it is. Ground Advantage on the Ground Advantage package. Oh, I don't have a bucket. I'm just gonna toss that over there. Make a bucket there later. I love when you get that sale. The oldest boxes had one today too. Yeah, so those are all cross-listed from eBay over to Whatnot using Vendu because Nifty doesn't have it. So I did that before the show. Brought in like 100 Ralph Lauren pieces. I didn't get to bring in all my Ralph Lauren pieces, but I brought in about 100 of them. I sold shirts. I sold a suit during that show, and a bunch of them were full price sales too, which was great. And that one was one of my oldest listed items. It was 2186. It was in my very first bin. I purposely brought over a lot of my oldest pieces to try to move those first before I brought in the stuff that I had just listed. How many buy items? I brought over 100 and I think it was like 112 total, and I sold 8 out of there. I didn't really do a good job leading people there. I said in the beginning of the show and I said at the end. Next time I'll make sure I say it like every 15 to 20 minutes. Hey, check the buy it now if you're looking for something. And next time I'm gonna have everything over there, so that way I can have like a bunch of stuff. But still, sold 8 items during that show. Brought over 113. That's 8 more items out of my. And I have less fees on those too. So that one sold for $22.99. On eBay, I probably would have got a promoted listing fee on that and had about 20% fees. On Whatnot, I have 7.2% fees plus a processing fee. So it's way less fees for that, which is great. I'd rather sell all my stuff on Whatnot, to be honest, than sell it on eBay. Because it's so much cheaper in fees. I love cheap fees. Where's number 99? Is this 99? Uh-oh. Where's the sticker? Uh-oh. No sticker. 90. That has to be number 99, right? Did I really not put a sticker on this? Sticker must have fell off. I guess there's a way we can figure this out, right? This has got to be it. Hold on, chat. I gotta read, or I gotta watch a. So if you ever don't know what item sold, you can always watch your video receipt on Whatnot. So that's what I'm about to do. You might hear me. I said, dude. Okay. Let me make sure. Come on. Got it. Okay, cool. We got the right shoes. Yeah, no returns too. When you work full time, what were the first items you ever sold on eBay? What gave you the idea to start reselling on the side? So I started watching a couple named Rally Roots on YouTube. This was back in 2018. Tommy for your mommy, North Face for your face. If you know, you know. Watched them for a while, and just like everybody else, I thought it was a gimmick. I thought that they had a course or something they were trying to sell, and there's no way this worked. Then I watched all their videos and it made a lot of sense. I started selling items in my house first. The first thing I sold was actually, I was going to start collecting, I wish I would have kept them now, Pokemon booster boxes. So I just bought one on eBay like 2 months before. And I was like, I don't really need this. I'm going to sell this back on eBay. So I took that booster box, sold it back on eBay. I think it sold in like 1 or 2 days. Because I sold it for basically the same price. I probably lost a little money on it. And then I started selling shirts and stuff out of my closet, and those started selling. And then I started selling kids' clothes. My kids grew out of some clothes. I bundled a bunch of the same size stuff together, started selling those in little lots, and then I took that money and went to Goodwill and started buying some stuff. So, hey man, where do you get the those poly bags you were talking about? The poly bags that I get are here. Give me a second. Click here. And you can order whatever size you want. But all the products we use on a daily basis are linked right there in our Amazon storefront. I use all that stuff every single day. So click on that and it'll take you there. The bags, I would highly suggest getting the 10 by 13s. I think I have the 9 by 12s linked, but get the 10 by 13s. You can also order them in 1,000 at a time. You get a little bit of a discount. Order the 1,000 at a time. You don't have to worry about buying them too often. We go through 1,000 very, very fast with all of our shows that we do and the listings we do. So usually it lasts us about a month and a half. For you guys, it'll probably last for most of the year. How does your consignment work? People send us items, 70-30 splits, meaning we sell the items for them. We give them 70%, we get 30% after fees. They pay to ship it. We take care of all the other expenses like giveaways, stuff like that, getting people to our shows, advertising, all that stuff. So it's like a partnership deal. We get 30% after the item sells, they get 70%. I just had a new consignor come on. For this last show, they sent me other stuff, but they also sent me some Ralph Lauren. I sold their items, and so far so good. They like their payout. Their payout was really good. They sold 14 items. I think it was 14. It was either 13 or 14. They got $207 for the 14 items that they sold. So good payout for them. They sent some good stuff, and yeah, it's a win-win because they didn't really care about those items anyway. They told me they're like, run them for $1. I don't care what they go for. I know you like this kind of stuff. I don't really want them. And I was like, cool, but I'm not going to run them for $1. I'm going to run them for 10 because that's what we do. And sent them their payout today. I didn't send everybody's payout today. I only sent theirs because they only had a little bit, so it's easy for me to take care of theirs first. But yeah, they're excited. I didn't even get to ship their items yet. I already sent their money. I usually do that. I usually send the payouts before I actually ship the items. So I usually keep enough in my PayPal so I can send the money directly to them without having for them to wait. But the rest of the payouts, because the other stuff, the people sent a lot of stuff, I gotta wait until I ship their stuff out. Because it's a lot of payouts this time. There's a lot of payouts. 25 grand, lots of splits. But I like doing consignment. We get a whole bunch of really good stuff. Makes the shows better. I don't have to go source a bunch of Ralph Lauren. It'd take me forever to source all those specific pieces. But if I can crowdsource that product, I can give you guys a really good show with like banger after banger after banger, and it won't be like, you know, mid-tier piece, mid-tier piece, mid-tier piece, really good piece, and then back to mid-tier for like 10 to 15 pieces. It's like one after another after another. It's just craziness. Good for the shows. I guess some other sellers are starting to see it now too, because that Smart Threads person came in and messaged me on the side, so that was pretty cool. Gave away some gift cards to you guys. So I think people are starting to see it, which is pretty cool. It took a lot of hard work to get to this point, that's for sure. Alright, that's that one. Someone's DMing me. Slide that there. Alright, I'm going to ship out this last item, and I'm probably going to head off, and then I'm going to ship for the next hour or so. Do a little power hour of shipping, and then I'll probably head off to bed. And I got to wake up, I'll get like 6 hours of sleep, and then I'll wake up tomorrow and finish shipping. I'm going to do a bulk buy tomorrow too, so I really got to wake up early. Ugh, I hate waking up early. So if you guys have any last minute questions, feel free to drop in the chat. If not, I should be live at some point tomorrow, shipping out my eBay, Poshmark, Mercari orders. To be honest, tomorrow's shipping live is going to be crazy long too. That's another reason why I got to get this stuff shipped out, because I have just on eBay alone for tomorrow, just on eBay alone, I have orders. I have 33 orders tomorrow just on eBay, and I have like another 20 on Posh. So, and that's with whatever doesn't sell tonight too. So tomorrow's gonna be a long day of shipping. So make sure you come back tomorrow when I'm shipping out those orders. If not, I'll see you guys probably on Wednesday. I don't know what the schedule is for this week. And then make sure you bookmark. If you missed this last epic show, we have one more really big show on Saturday. It's going to be mixed brands. It's going to be a really good one. So make sure you bookmark that.